dope-ass thing about EA Big back in the day is that they had this thing where they'd make a second game in a series even better than the first. And in my first video about that, I talked about SSX Tricky, which I think did the trick, but then they did it again. NBA Street 2000. I mean, NBA Street Volume 2. Can't keep up with all these weird naming conventions. It's like the Kingdom Hearts series. Anyway, NBA Street Volume 2 just kind of proves that the PS2 era was all about fun. Games were a lot more about fun and having fun and doing fun stuff, doing really cool stuff. I don't really think games are about having fun anymore. I think games are about collecting stuff and paying developers lots of money for stuff that you used to just get for free.
Okay, Lars. Well, what does that mean, though? Why was NBA Street good?
Welcome to class, son. I'm glad you asked, because you about to learn. Now, step 1 is creating a character. The best way to do this is to go to the Create Baller menu. If you're not familiar with b-ball lingo, a baller is a basketball player. It's okay if you don't know the terms, but pay attention, because class is in session. Now, what you want to do immediately is make him 8'9", because then he can block shots really easily. Then you can give him stats, because he starts out as bad as old PewDiePie episodes. And you make him kind of getting closer to the new PewDiePie episodes where he kind of grew some self-awareness and became a better YouTuber. Then you gotta give homeboy a name. I'm gonna name him Watson because no one expects a baller named Watson, but they're gonna get a baller named Watson. Then I'm gonna give him the last name Mitsu, throwing off those stereotypes. Sometimes black and Asian people love each other. Sometimes they have a kid. Sometimes that kid is Watson Himitsu. But that isn't even the game, son. The game starts now. Today, we're gonna be a legend. So you go to be a legend mode. You get to choose some new teammates. They all suck. That's okay, because you're gonna get some new teammates really soon, because you get to take players from the other teams when you beat them, because that's the rules of the street. The NBA Street 2000. Now we about to tip off, so you better just mash the jump button because I think it does something. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't give you any feedback. Now on defense, it's all about the turbo block, which is really overpowered and you jump like 1 billion feet to block the ball, even if you're some white guy named Chester or something. Now let me break this next part down for you because it moves fast, moves hard. First, you do the trick. You move past the dude, go up for a dunk. But then you notice Chester on the left is also going up for a dunk for some reason. So you pass the rock for a mid-air alley-oop, also known as a double dunk. So what do you get when you put it all together? Take a look. That's how it's done, son. Now you can snag yourself a regular bucket, but look how boring that is. Also keep in mind that your teammates suck at first, so they do this.
Mamma mia!
Play like a baller though, and eventually your game breaker meter fills up. Then you press select to save it for later, because you can do a Game Breaker Volume 2. You just gotta fill up the meter again, which is really easy, because everything in this game is worth 1 billion points. When you hear this rockin' guitar track, you know stuff's about to go down. Also, you know the other team's about to be a little bitch and hold on to the ball as long as they can, because they're gonna try to drain your Game Breaker. But today ain't their day, because I'm about to break their game Volume 2.
You know what they call that in the 70s? Funky!
Now I'm about to snatch up Tricky Ricky, because he has way better stats than all my characters, and he's willing to defect because he doesn't have a sense of loyalty. So I'm just not going to think about that. Also, fortunately, I don't think the game's programmed in a way so that they can take players from me when I lose. But since I don't lose, I don't know. So if you're a loser, you might not want to test that mechanic. Also, after you win, you get some DP, which I think stands for dope ass points. You can use it to improve your skills. Except I don't think it works properly. I think it's bugged, and they don't have patches for PS2 games, so you're kind of screwed. Anyway, eventually you get really cool side characters like Stretch, whose main ability is missing the tip-off, but he also denies suckers. Also, I gave Watson green hair because there's no Dennis Rodman, and there always needs to be a Dennis Rodman. So overall, NBA Street 2000 is all about It's all about slamming, jamming, dunking, and shablunkin'. Also missing a lot of alley-oops because the mechanic really isn't that great, but when it works, it's pretty damn cool. Now you got a lot of games with fancy graphics and online capabilities and DLC and loot boxes that you gotta pay $1 billion for, but we need to go back to a time like this when it was all about fun and all about